So hello, everybody. Welcome to Adjusting Journal Entries. This is part 7. We're going to be looking through an example for depreciation expense. So part 6, we talked about the theory behind it, but now we're going to go through and record it. So let's take a look at an example. Okay, so on January 1st, 2022, YYZ purchases equipment for $90,000 cash. The equipment will last for 5 years and have a $30,000 salvage value for YYZ. Prepare the initial entry on January 1st, prepare the adjusting entry, prepare the balance sheet presentation for equipment on December 31st, 2022. So what do we do here? So we know that, and I'm going to pause real quick. So when I buy that equipment, my cash is going down. I'm going to show a decrease of that cash by showing a credit to cash. Okay, and what I'm going to go ahead and debit is equipment. And this is going to be over here for $90,000. And this is on January 1st, 2022. Notice we're doing this for financial statement purposes. If you're doing it for tax purposes, it might be very different depending upon if we can write it all up at once or the like. So this is the first entry I go through and make. The second thing I'm going to go through and do is I'm going to now say, okay, I've got to depreciate the asset because I come to the end of the accounting period on December 31st. Have I shown the expenses? Do my expenses reflect the use of that asset? And if I've used it for a year, which in this case I have, I need to record the depreciation expense. How do I do it? Well, I'm going to take my acquisition cost minus my salvage value and divide it by the estimated useful life. If this does not look familiar, please go back to the last video or number 6 in the sequence. So this is going to be 90,000 minus 30,000 divided by 5. So this is going to be 60,000 divided by 5, or we're going to get $12,000 per year. This is why I love the math and accounting. So right over here, this is going to be my annual depreciation expense. Since I've used this from January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, I bought this on January 1st. I've used it for all 12 months. So how do I show the use of equipment? Well, I know that I'm going to have to debit depreciation expense, and I'm going to do that for the full year amount on 12/31/22. And this amount over here is going to be $12,000. Okay, so for every debit, I need a credit. What am I going to credit? Do I credit the equipment? Never, right? As we saw in the previous video, we never, ever, ever credit equipment. What we're going to do is we're going to use a contra asset account or accumulated depreciation on equipment. Okay, AD, not after the death of Christ or after the death of Disco. This is accumulated depreciation on equipment. It is a contra asset account. Because it is a contra asset account, it should have a credit balance. Now, over here, what I'm now going to do is on 12/31/22, I'm going to go ahead and debit depreciation expense. I'm going to credit accumulated depreciation on equipment. And my description is going to be to record depreciation expense. Okay, so I've gone through and I have recorded the depreciation expense. So once I've gone through and done this, there we go. Okay, that's my adjusting journal entry. I've now shown the use of that equipment. Remember, depreciation expense is going to get closed out to retained earnings. The depreciation expense hangs around. We're going to accumulate the depreciation year over year in it. Now, when it comes to my balance sheet presentation over here for YYZ, right? So my balance sheet partial, right, is I'm going to look over here at assets. When I look at assets, I have 2 different types. I have current and I have non-current, right? Non-current is something that's giving me benefit over multiple years. Generally, equipment that I am using in my operations will be a non-current asset. And the way I'm going to show that asset over here is I'm going to have equipment. My equipment is going to be at my purchase price of $90,000, right? This is going to be on as of 12/31/22. Less my accumulated depreciation on the equipment My accumulated depreciation balance as of December 31st, 2022 is right over here at 12,000. So my equipment, the net of the accumulated depreciation is going to be $78,000. So this is the question we just did about depreciation expense, going through and doing this in as quick of a matter as possible. I want to thank you so much. Please feel free to leave any kind of questions that you have below. Appreciate you liking and subscribing to the videos, and I will look forward to seeing you on the next one. Have a good one.